Exercise. We talked a little bit about diet. We can always go back and forth. What about exercise? Is exercise? Yes?
Do you have to eat all that?
No, no. This is.
Like 6 to 11.
All right, listen up, listen up. Again, just take this as a picture of the different foods. Don't get involved with these numbers of servings, right? Because the fact of the matter is, you may not want to have 6 to 11 servings of bread. You may want to, right, depending on your lifestyle. Because you may do 3 times as much work as she does, right? See what I'm saying? You have to factor in your lifestyle. What are you doing? Now, are you worried? Sometimes people say, well, I need this many servings to get those amounts of nutrients that I need, right? If you are really worried along those lines, then you might consider a dietary supplement, right? Supplement, multivitamin, mineral supplement, something like that, okay? People should consider that as well. And there are alternatives. Just because it says here, the bread, the pastas, there are vitamins and minerals in all of these groups. You see what I'm saying? You don't necessarily have to get your vitamin D from drinking milk. You could go out in the sun and let your body absorb the ultraviolet radiation. It turns a cholesterol in your body to vitamin D3, and then you use it to help you build bones, right? Absorb calcium. It's really what vitamin D does. It helps you absorb calcium. That's why you need vitamin D, so your intestines can absorb calcium, right? So, and we'll talk about that maybe later if we have time. Why all of these things have to come together. Don't eat too much of this, meaning too much vitamin D or too much vitamin A or too much vitamin C and not enough of the other things, right? They all work synergistically, all together, like a nice family. Even though you're like maybe crazy, your body's saying, we're together. We work efficiently. But they keep sending us too much of this and too little of that. Boy, if they only understood nutrition like we do, right? That's a lot. So we'll talk a little bit about that later. You can laugh if you want. It's kind of funny. So this new food pyramid, because we're on the subject, is talking about exercise as part of the food pyramid. And you see the new food pyramid? They're talking about now they try to combine exercise into the pyramid. Right? In fact, there was a thing that predated that called the healthy food pyramid, right? Where they basically copied the new food pyramid from that, where they put in exercise. So let's just talk a little bit about exercise. Do we have to do exercise?
Yeah.
Good. It's not necessary to live. Right? We don't necessarily have to do exercise. Right? Yes?
Here's the best exercise.
Here's the best exercise. Oh, I thought you were going to drink.
No, I'm pushing away.
Exercising is elbow. Pushing away. All right, very good, very good. Let's give him a round of applause. That was kind of
I'm sure that's awesome.
Exercise. No, we don't have to do exercise. The fact is, anyone here afraid of the word exercise? Use this word, activity. We're going to do activities. Couch potato exercises become couch potato activities, right? So yesterday I was on a TV show where I was doing couch potato exercises with the supervisor, the town supervisor in Rockford, right? I'm going to do a few of them here today. Anybody have any activities or exercises that they like to do? And see, the reason I say not necessary to do exercises, anybody push a broom or a mop or anything? Walk around?
Vacuum clean.
You're laughing. I do it. When I go home, I have to sweep and clean and all that stuff. Vacuuming, right? Got a French, when she vacuums, she's like this. Right? She's sweeping like this. What's wrong with that, right? You're moving around, right? Think about it. So exercise, okay, if you want to do exercise, fine. I can show you all kinds of exercises you can do. But you could park further away from the wall than you usually do and walk that distance. You know what happens to most people when they have to park so far away from the wall? What do? Their stress levels go way up. First thing they're thinking is, oh, this is terrible. Look how far away I am. Oh my God, look what I'm going to have to do. So I say, no, use this as a reliever of stress, meaning exercise. Keep those stress levels down by saying, oh yeah, we're far away, but you want to know what? I'm going to have a nice walk over to the mall. Yes?
I think they park far away because they might think they're going to forget where they parked.
Okay, that's possible, that's possible. But don't they usually have the E's or F's or G's or something in the hard copy? Take a little notepad. Here's some good advice for you. Take a little notepad. I always have a notepad or card, and I write down where I think I might be, or say if I'm unfamiliar with where I am, I just write it down. And it comes from an old saying, the weakest pen is stronger than the sharpest memory, right? Think about it. The reason I do this show is because I'm getting older, right? I know that I will progressively lose certain abilities, but I'm also gaining certain abilities as I go. I'm smarter today than I was 20 years ago, right? Because I think so. My students don't necessarily always do because they don't know very much, right? I always say that's my excuse, right? Well, they don't know anything. How are they supposed to know that I'm not smart? Or that I am smart? Blah, 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 right? So the thing is, yes, there are all kinds of things that you can use to help yourself. What I did yesterday was the town supervisor. Any politicians in the audience here? Politicians? Would-be politicians? Anyone want to come up and act like a politician? Politicians are always shaking people's hands. Come on, we need interaction. You act like a politician. Come on up here.
That's you?
Yes. What's your name? Al. Al. All right, Al sounds like a politician's name. So instead of going like this, hi Al, how are you? They go, hi Al, actually use this one. Hi Al, how are you? All right, so grab it. Now we're going to,
Oh, I feel better already.
Pull hard, pull hard. There you go. Look, see? This is for playing with the dog, right? So I did this yesterday with a politician, and a local politician. He thought this was so funny that he did it with several people in the show. So then I said, all right, fine. Let's not just give our one arm too much work here. Actually, I'll give you this hand. This hand's a little bit wider than that. I said, all right. That budget battle we're having, right? Wait a minute, am I a Democrat or a Republican? I can't remember. I'm independent then. I want more money. What's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Don't you want to have Ted Kennedy doing this? He's sitting on his behind, should be arguing with John Kerry, George Bush arguing with Donald Rose. Did you leak that information? This is fun. All right, is that enough?
Yeah, okay.